Hello. There we go. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us here for game number 5, the last game of the Quest of Champions Series 2022. That is right. This is the final game of the final event. Players have battled it out through 4 different heats to be able to be here today, and we are left with 2 players undefeated at the end of today's stuff. Neither of these players, I don't think, have championed any of the qualifiers, so they are here. They are ready to play the game. They are ready to have some fun. And we have got Freddie Leggett versus Dave Weimer. Who's going to put a G in front of your name, dude? I'm sorry. Versus Dave Geimer in the final match here for today, which is great. Thank you so much for joining us and watching back on the VODs, the previous 4 games. And we're hopefully going to be seeing a pretty close game. I had the pleasure of spinning the wheel to determine the mission today for the final game of the final series, which was absolutely awesome to do. And we have got Beasts of Chaos piloted by Freddie versus the Maggotkin and Nurgle we saw earlier, piloted by David. So we're going to have flies versus goats. I did have a chat with both the players separately from each other before the stream. This is, yes, Spadge, this is all to play for. Both players 4-0. Nothing more, nothing less. Whoever wins this comes out on top. 5-0. Here we go. So we're going to see. Let's go straight into our mission. I got to spin the wheel and decide that our mission for the... Thank you. For the very final time this year in the Quest of Champions Series is Won't Back Down. That is right. We have got Won't Back Down 6 objective mission played along board edges. This mission will favour Freddie. We'll talk about their tactics in just a second. But we have hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Grand strategy, obviously, and rally points. So, in this battle, if a player uses a rally command ability, that unit receives it wholly within 6 of an objective they control. They can return a slain model to a unit on a 5 instead of a 6, and Galatian veteran units can do it on a 4 instead. Doesn't massively affect Freddie. Because Freddie has the Herdstone, he was getting a 4-up rally anyway. If anything, the special rule for this mission only helps apply to the flies, to the Nurgle for David. It would be awesome to see something along the lines of 4 flies, go in, 1 lives, it manages to kill whatever's left, and then at the end of the start of the next hero phase, he just rallies them back on a 4-up, a 5-up, sorry. So yeah, it's a better rally. Won't Back Down, appropriate mission for the final mission here. And we'll go into the players' lists. As we saw earlier, we have got David Weimer rocking that Maggotkin of Nurgle, Drowned Men. Blow our Rot Spawn with the Gift of Disease. 2 Lords of Affliction, one of them being the General with overpowering Stench. Arcane Tome and the Blades of Putrefaction as the spell. Then that 1 big block of 4 flies. And 3 units of 2 plus Blight Lords on top of that, and then a unit of Rotmire Creed just to spread the disease love, and Chronomatic Cogs to be able to move about. Moving into the Beast of Chaos here from Freddie Leggett, we have got the Beast Lord with the Mutating Gnarlblade, a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth with Unraveling Aura and Sundering Blades. We've then got Hailstorm from the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, the second one, and the Great Bray Shaman has Savage Dominion as the spell. 2 reinforced units of Dragon Ogres, 6 strong in each, 3 units of 10 Ungors. All the Ungors are in Expert Conquerors, so they are able to outflank and be 30 models on points, each of them, which is absolutely bloody insane. We've then got 2 units of 5 Centigores for some nice, fast-moving screens to be able to put some roadblocks up. Unit of 20 Vestigores and a Mindstealer Sphinx. We've also got the Jabberslythe and the Cygor. For the final time this weekend, our Grand Alliance breakdown is Order 14, Chaos 7, Destruction 7, Death 7. We have got our finals is Chaos on Chaos. Done. Faction breakdown for the final time. Both of these factions are not the most represented. Beast of Chaos being the only showing here, and Maggotkin of Nurgle 1 of 2. Factions not represented. Obviously, we are missing a couple of my favourites. Sylvaneth, whilst garbage, I love the models. And then Big War, arguably the better stuff, and Karajan Overlords. They've seen a small resurgence, but not quite enough to make them come to the finals. And then the grand strategy's taken no place for the week. That Take What's Theirs, both players with Take What's Theirs, making 2 out of these 10 that have been taken, it's going to be a pretty tight one. I think both of these players know what they want to do. We can see that the game is already underway. David had priority, giving Freddie the first turn. The pre-game moves there from the flies in the top. We are playing left to right, David to Freddie, and we're going to be getting our buffs off here to make sure that we can stack what we can in our favors, do all of that good stuff. It's a bit of an interesting one, right? Because Freddie can outflank, and David has put all of his army on the line, right? He's forgot that Freddie can go Ungors or Ungors or Ungors and potentially take some of those objectives off him. Obviously, we've got the screens coming in here. I imagine what we're going to see, these bits of terrain are really good for Freddie because he can essentially, in turn 1, create a screen line there with all his stuff behind it, and in turn 2, move the screen to here, and then move through like this channel here, or even potentially move around the top here and pin in the armies. Now, Freddie going first barge through enemy lines, being nice and simple. Those Ungors going to give him that extra point there because they are Galatian veterans, and they are also able to outflank. So here we go. We can see them rocking onto the battlefield right now, getting those 2 units on. Might as well, if you get a couple of charges off into the Rotmire Creed, they are expert conquerors. If you avoid pulling the flies in, you'll be good. I'm trying to figure out where the unit 4 is. I think this looks like a 2, this looks like a 2, this looks like a 4, and maybe a Lord or something along those lines, chilling out there. And we are going to be able to see just what Freddie's game plan is. He is a prolific gamer. He is phenomenal. He knows what he's doing with his armies. He knows how to play them. He knows how to get into his opponent's head. We can see, I might go and adjust that camera very shortly. From the left-hand cam, what are we looking at? We're looking at the side of David's arm again. But close-up cam, we can see the Ungors creeping onto our screen there in the bottom right-hand side as this absolute melee of flies and goats is about to appear. Both of these players 4-0 today. Both of these players rocking some absolutely awesome gameplay, and both of these players on their way to potentially becoming champion. Jabber's flying over with its awesomely large move and ability to fly, which is super nice. Try and get it in there and just do some damage, just because basically fuck you. And we are seeing the Ungors sneaking off the back there. We've got a unit of Ungors down here, a unit of Ungors here, and a Beast Lord over here. So that is going to be 2 points plus 1, and he's going to be holding 1 and holding 2. So instead of being able to hold more this turn, maybe he's going to be able to sneak those around. Because he's just got a Centaur sneaking onto this objective as little as far as he can. So Freddie's going to hold 1, 2, 3. But on the converse side, David is also going to hold 3. So if Freddie can eke out holding another one this turn, he will be 2 points ahead, most likely, going into the next turn, because it's going to be difficult on David to be able to put down a hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Here we go. A very easy, simple turn, I think, here for Freddie. Jabber's just... Actually, no, that's it. He hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Sorry, the Jabber's is a monster, counts as 5. There are only 2 flies on there, so that's only 4 models. What he could have done was move the screen up of Centaurs and then made the flies have to charge the centaurs. I mean, they're going to anyway, but now they're going to have to go through a Jabba Slice first. I was talking to Freddie before the start of the game, and I don't want to say this too loud just in case David's listening, but basically what he said was what Freddie does here. Turn 1, he doesn't really do much. He pops up the Ungors from the back, the Expert Conquerors, makes them have to think about what's going on. Because he's got no teleport for David, he has 2 choices here. He either keeps a couple of flies back and either actively goes and deals with them or just sits on the objectives. Or David has to throw everything into that bulk of the army on the right-hand side. So what Freddie does is he pulls the stuff up where he's got it at the moment, and then he summons basically every single turn. Just summons more and more and more and more models, more Ungors, more this, more that, more everything. To the point where David just hasn't got the ability to be able to deal with it all. Which, if you ask me, is beautiful. It's clean. I mean, so the things that win Freddie the game are his 3 units of 65-point Ungors, being in Expert Conquerors, and his Beast Lord. That's it. That's what wins him the game. Everything else is a roadblock. Is a massive distraction. Is a, hey, you kill it. Or it kills you. Now the thing is, if they send stuff back to deal with these Ungors and stuff, he's gonna be able to hit you with 12 Dragon Ogres. Slap you in the face with 12 of these things. Ranging from reach 1 to 2, rend 2 to 1, obviously +1 because of the bloody Herdstone. The Herdstone's done them a lot of good. I assume we'll see Freddie move out into the abyss later on, but not right now. He did say originally the Jabba Slice was going to sit behind the screen and just use his ability to give +1 attack to your opponent, but every 1 they roll as a mortal wound back to them. That would have been, like, if that was an attack roll, 2 mortal wounds. Now we are seeing Beast Lord did indeed charge in. The Rotmire Creed did some stuff on the way out, but they did lose 4 guys. We've lost 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 3 left. I know David went second, but you will have to spend the command point here to Inspiring Presence if you want to keep them around. That Beast Lord absolutely savaging those Rotmire Creed there. Summoning points there in the center. All ticking up. The Beast Lord hurt himself. Or took a disease point, sorry. Nice and simple. I don't know who's going to win this. I think Freddie has the experience under the belt. He's the name that I'm comfortable with. I've not actually really seen much of David, so he's a bit of a dark horse on my books. Obviously, Freddie prolific with his Cities of Sigmar, being able to pull those wins out like with ease. We've seen him only fall a couple of times, but he's a really good guy. He knows what he's doing, and it's nice to see him on an army like Beast of Chaos. There's a lot of little bits of tech involved here, and we'll see just how much tech he needs to be able to win this game. Whether he can smash it out of the park with no problems at all, or whether it's going to be a little more difficult. Making full use of that bar stool. They can take a sit down. Comfortable with hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Isn't tactic with a monster chat. That is additional VP. Yeah, it's interesting. Now it's up to David. It's David's turn to play. How? How is he going to play this game? I put the terrain in random spaces. The players drew out their terrain using the defender rules. This is the grand finals of a big tournament. Might be joined by Mr. Patton very shortly. If he wants to, he doesn't have to. I've got some raffle tickets as well. So we'll see what we win, chat. It might decide a new army. There is quite a lot on the raffle box, actually. I think... Is that a box of man crushers? There's a heresy box. I tell you what, if I win the heresy box in the raffle, I will start a heresy army. Again. You've heard it here first, chat. If I win that heresy box, I will start a heresy army. Go on, Tom. Join us. Sit down. Take a seat. Take a load off your feet, my dude, because you've been a busy boy.
It's been a long weekend, Ben.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been the same length as every other weekend.
It's felt longer.
How you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Wonderful.
I'd come and keep you company.
Yeah, well, I am on my own. I'm a bit of a Todd at the moment. But no, thank you so much for joining us. This is the final game of this season.
Yeah, final game of the final.
Which is crazy to think. You've had 4 amazing heats. You've had an amazing final so far. Mm-hmm. Both of these players, the only undefeated players here at the tournament.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
This is all to play for. This is to crown the Quest of Champions champion, I guess.
Best player in the UK, apparently.
Yeah, well, I've heard that's how that works. I mean, if you don't count duplicates, or if you count duplicates, there's been like over 200 players at your events. And these guys are coming out on top.
Yeah, they're fighting to be literally the best of the year.
Yeah, which is amazing to think, right?
And there's been some real growth here in that. I think at one of the heats, I think he won. David went 1 and 4.
Yeah.
And now he's on
4 and
0. There's some real growth here. A lot of people have developed and learned. It's been nice to see.
Yeah, it really has. And I was just saying before you came on, actually, it's really nice to see Freddie not on Cities of Sigmar. I know that sounds weird, but I was talking to him Heat 3, I think it was, and he was saying, I like my cities, but I want to be best cities player, and then I'm going to stop playing them because I've done it too much.
Yeah.
And he knows his limit, and he also knows that if he turns up to a tournament, yes, you might like playing that army, but if you play the same or similar builds all the time, people are going to get a bit annoyed.
Yeah.
And part of that is great.
And if he ends up playing the same people with the same list, people know how to beat him, so it actually gets a bit difficult for him.
So being able to pull something out like Beast of Chaos, being the only person to choose and rep Beast of Chaos here at the grand final here.
And he's owned them for a long time, so it's nice to see them with the dust blown off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were just saying earlier, I did chat to Freddie. Look at that line of horrificness.
What a view.
Do you know what else is a good view? That bit of terrain. Oh, look at that bit of terrain.
That's a nice piece of terrain.
God damn it. I was saying earlier that, I did talk to Freddie before the stream, and I asked him what his game plan was, basically. And he went, well, so you see these 3 things, and then pushed up 3 units of 10 Ungors.
Yep.
And you see this thing, and pushed up a Beast Lord. He went, they'll win me the game.
Yeah, they will.
And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, because they sneak in your arse. And, well, he didn't say those words, but they sneak up into the back of the board and claim your home objectives. Yep. While everything else, you have to deal with it, else it's coming to kill you.
Yeah. And I've owned beasts, I play beasts at events. That Beast Lord is lethal. Mutating Gnarblade, Beast Lord is lethal. I think Freddie was saying he's just done 15 or something.
He did 15 damage to the Rockmire Creed. Killed.
It's the Mutating Gnarblade is just nuts, and he's 95 points.
Yeah. There was quite a lot of saves go through on David's side, like ward saves. So there are 3 left out of that Rockmire Creed, but it really adds the pressure. If looking at this, he's left them on the objective here.
Yep.
But if Freddie gets the turn, bang, straight in here, kill these.
But it's annoying for David here, right? Because it's a 95-point model that can kill stuff that he has to go deal with. Yeah. One model, because otherwise it can run a charge, it can it can get into annoying places and kill key pieces quite easily.
Yeah, it's got the damage. I mean, I'm actually just going to look up Beasts of Chaos real quick, and their artifact. You said it was
the mutating Gnarblade.
Brayherd, isn't it?
It is.
Or is it a Warhorde?
No,
It's
it
a
is
Warhorde.
part of the Alliance.
Oh.
Gavespawn.
The Gave Spawn.
He's the mandatory Gavespawn artifact.
Great phrase. Gave Spawn is pick an enemy. One of the bearer's melee weapons. Add 2 to the damage characteristic.
He's damage 3.
What base?
Oh, he's damaged
I was
with the
gonna say.
Gnarblade.
Oh, Jesus
And then
Christ.
he'll be Ren 2 because of the Herdstone.
Yeah. However, each unmodified hit roll of a 1 inflicts a mortal wound upon the
And
bearer.
I believe it's been a while since I've used it, but he has re-rolling hits, I believe. I think that's only against heroes, but he's got 6 attacks. They're -2, 3 damage each.
Yeah.
He can run and charge, and he's 95 points.
And he outflanks and charges as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 attacks, 3 threes, -1/1, which is 6 attacks, 3 threes, -2 3.
Yep.
Insane. Grizzly trophies are if any enemy models are slain, you can add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made by Brayherd units holding an 18 for the rest of the phase.
Oh, they've changed it, so now heroes exploding 6s.
Heroes or monsters. Add 1 to hit rolls, Brayherd for the rest. Sure. And then, yeah, the unmodified hit roll of attack is a 6. The attack scores 2 hits instead of 1. Holy shit.
95 points. So David has to go deal with that.
Or completely fucking ignore it and run away.
Yeah, but like I say, it's fast.
I mean, it's if you auto 6, it's got a 12-inch move.
Yes.
And then a charge.
And then a charge.
Yeah, I mean, with an 8-inch fly, you're not really getting on with it. You're not getting away from it, are you?
But see what Freddie's done here is put in between a rock and a hard place, right?
Yeah.
There's that annoying 95-point Beast Lord back there, and then a whole heap of pain in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, the Jabba Slife he's almost just tributed away because he wanted to get the hold more this turn as well.
Yes. And to be honest, Jabba Slices are a nice little sacrificial unit because they hurt you with their mucky blood when you.
They do. Talking to Freddie before, though, he says what he usually does is he screens out with like the tentacles. You charge in, he puts the Jabba Slife just behind them because the Jabba Slife has an ability to give your opponent +1 attack, but every 1 to hit that they roll, they take a mortal wound.
Yeah. And when you're killing chaff, you don't really want to hurt yourself.
No, exactly. So you force them to do that. And I'm like, into the flies who have so many attack profiles anyway, you have the ability to just completely screw over your opponent. Have you ever used this before?
Warpedia?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, good.
Or Beast. A little time. Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I could probably show you something cool.
Oh, you got some.
Yes, give me a second. Yeah, I've got something pretty cheeky. Actually, oh, for God's sake. Do you know what? Just gib. Oh, it's because it's a New Zealand keyboard for some reason. The last person I gave this to doesn't speak amazing English.
Okay.
Yep. He came here for the sounds and the noises. Final.
Beatboxing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Type in Beast Lord.
Look at that.
Now, obviously, that's a Jakaro weaponsmith, but ignore him. Now, click Beast Lord. And now, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Click show on screen.
That is beautiful.
Click the green button, Tob,
Ooh.
and then the chat can see what we're talking about as well.
That is nice.
Ba-da-ba!
Everyone can see the spicy Beast Lord.
Disgusting. Yeah. Luke Churches, how are you doing, dude? Nice to see you. Saying Dave and Freddie, 2 of the nicest blokes in Warhammer, cheering for them both. That's the thing. I don't know who I want to win.
No, they're both lovely.
I was saying before the stream, I've had Freddie on quite a bit, and I've got quite a good rapport with Freddie. Dave only on for the first time earlier for our stream. Certainly, I know he's been on others. But to be able to, as you say, go from 1 and 4 down to 4 and 0 before the end of the game is pretty damn good. And providing he scores big, he could even be second.
Yeah.
Like
even with a loss, yeah.
A 4-1 will podium.
Yeah. So there's going to be 3 people who are going to get the 4 and 1.
Only 3.
I think is that math? Is that maths?
I don't know how that math works. I don't really care about that bit. I usually don't care about that particular bit of math. I don't know. So Baz is 3 and 1. Toby's 3 and 1. Rob's 3 and 1. One of these will end up 4 and 0.
So 2 of those will end up 4 and 1.
Yeah. One of those, that's 3. And then I don't think there's any.
Yeah, so there'll be 3. So
Joe could win.
No.
Yeah. Joe only lost that last game.
Yes, you're right.
And then it cascades down quite a lot.
Yeah. So there's actually still a lot in it.
Yeah, I think even somebody on table 4 at this point could podium.
Yeah. And aside from that, we've also got Besting Grand Alliance, which aren't podiums, so there's loads to play for people.
Yeah, I noticed you guys have got beyond prizes this time. Like, you've got so many bloody prizes.
The raffle's big.
The raffle's big as well. I mean, no, I meant just the trophies, like the daggers.
Oh, yes.
The daggers,
well, it's the final.
Spear.
We've got to get everything out.
You did get it all out.
Yeah, we did.
And then the raffle's huge. You guys have got, like, what I love about your raffle, right, is you start with X amount that you just put on there. And every time you sell more tickets, you just go buy more stuff.
Yeah.
And put it straight back in. Literally, the money that you guys earn from the raffle goes straight back into Sanctuary.
Yeah. Well, obviously we want to support the guys here. They're lovely enough to look after us, and we try to look after them.
Yeah, I mean, Dyson Ducks ourselves, we've got a really good rapport with them. I mean, we've got a room for a start.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But this all comes from you guys. I know it sounds... In fact, it all comes from Baz. Have you heard this story?
No, tell.
So, just before we get in, hope you got my 1 raffle ticket. You can have one of my raffle tickets, Moog. If you win, I get to keep it. Done. I need to fix this. I'm getting a new one anyway. Anyway, so basically, if we peak too much,
okay,
it sods it out. So yes, basically, we were live streaming and covering previously under the hobby room, but we were doing Dasmore Wargaming's event at Battlefield Hobbies, which Baz came down to.
Because he goes to every event.
And this is back in March this year, right? Only this year. That's crazy, isn't it?
That's mad.
And then he's like, he sees the setup. He's like, oh, this is pretty good. This looks pretty all right, actually. We were still in our infancy then, like in terms of gear. We're still relatively like not advanced as much as I'd like to be. It sounds weird when I'm using all this technology to do shit, but and then Baz was like, "Do you wanna? I'll talk to the guys and you can maybe come and stream the final. It's in Sutton." And I'm like, "Oh, that's like 10 minutes from my house. I didn't actually know about this. I knew of Sanctuary, but I never came here until your second heat, in April, and then bang, here we are."
I think that's been the story for a lot of people who've never been here, and then we've hopefully been able to draw quite a decent, AOS scene. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have definitely, without a doubt. You've pulled in.
I think a lot of people still thought Sanctuary was in the old location. Yeah. We've got such a beautiful space here, and like great, amenities. So.
Yeah, it's really good. The ability to just, if you need to go and get food elsewhere, or town's just in, the bus station's just up the road if you need to get there. The one downside is get here early for your parking.
Yes, that is the one downside, but they're working on that.
But they are working on that, and they're doing a bloody good job of getting there, which is nice. And now here I am. I've got a great... hopefully be streaming all your events next year.
Yeah, of course.
Get you guys on stream. You've been on stream with me before. We've played games, and I just love you guys. You're great, and it's nice to be able to fly my flag next to yours, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to flip that little... I think I want it as like a message tone for whenever you send me a message.
Whenever I send...
I love you guys.
Yeah. I love you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah.
Do you know what else is great? The fact that the players have already finished turn 2.
So they're speeding through. Speed runs.
They are. The battle tactic for David I will get up in just a second, but Freddie, again, still a point ahead. That extra battle tactic for doing it with Galatian veterans through barge is really, really useful. Yeah. Freddie taking hold of our... Look at those decadent... I was going to say decadent hands, but that would mean you eat them, I guess, wouldn't it? Don't want to
delicious hands.
Been
watching Dharma.
We have, actually.
Yeah, beasts are great at just taking up the little points here and there, and sometimes I saw it on Freddie's previous games. It felt like losing loads. Then you look at the score and you think, how is this happening? They're just so persistent.
Yeah.
You shift a bunch of off, but they're just constantly back to the stream of them. It's quite hard to shut that summoning engine down.
Well, he has got, if we look on where the Welsh dice are in the centre of the battlefield, he's got 7 summoning points.
Yes.
Rocking, which, gives him the capability to just be a pain in the arse.
Yeah. It's hard. I feel like you almost have to pull apart that summoning by taking out the monsters, try and take out the heroes on the back lines, but it's much harder to do than you anticipate because you've got a wall of dragon ogres between you and all of that.
You do.
A great list, and it's going to be tough for David to stop him bringing all this on.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be a bit of a pain for him to try and just how would I describe this? You said about the rock and the hard place or the anvil and the hammer earlier. It's going to be difficult for him to choose which one to go after. You can't. The problem with David's army is you can't piecemeal choose one or the other. I don't think. I think you have to go all in. He has still got 2 flies up in the air at the moment. I think.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lord of Affliction. Oh no, he still has a Lord of Affliction and 1 unit of flies up in the air.
Okay.
So he has the ability to bring them down somewhere.
It's a nice little threat piece to hold in your back pocket, right?
It does, yeah. David got priority and went first this turn, and has chosen gaining momentum. He's going to kill that Jabba's life probably pretty easy.
Can't see here. It looks like 9 wounds.
Yeah, 9 wounds taken.
Especially if the Jabba's life gives him some extra attacks, that'll help.
Where's the Beast Lord gone?
That's a good question. Where is the Beast? Did maybe Disease take him?
Oh, he did take. Yeah, he did have 6 wounds on him or something like that. That was 5 wounds on him.
The annoying thing is, I don't see a Chaos spawn.
No, so he didn't spawn until.
So he failed that 2-up.
2-up?
Yes. As a Beast player, that 2-up is the hardest roll to make.
Yeah.
I've failed that so many times when he
Yeah, when you need it at most, yeah. Well, it's, you know, I mean, Freddie did tell me that he usually gives away the doubles because he doesn't care.
No.
I mean, and now David can't double him. There's no other way to double him until you go turns 4 through 5.
Yeah.
So Freddie's like, cool, I don't care. You do you.
Again, it's going back to that. You can try and get through it, but there's just a wall of beasts in the way.
Yeah.
And Freddie doesn't need to play for those 2 middle objectives. He'll play for his 2 and the back 2.
And David's 2. Yeah, this is the great thing. These Ungors will just nip on here. He'll summon some more shit here and here.
Those middle objectives he doesn't care about.
No. He's done what he needs to. That Beast Lord, whilst unfortunately dying, you know, I think he took like 3 wounds in Unleash Hell, and then he took another wound from the disease.
Yep.
And then he took another wound in David's turn from disease. Which is unfortunate because what I'd have done is I'd have heroically healed.
Get rid of that point.
Yeah. Or actually no, the 3 Rotmire will shut him off. One of those 3 things would have happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he maybe did heal on the off chance that he was gonna live, but yeah, it's Freddie's pretty comfortable. Look at him.
Yeah,
you can see him on the side cam. He's just chilling.
And to be honest, losing that guy's not the end of the world. Sometimes the Chaos spawn's more useful.
Yeah.
Because you can set it anywhere within 6. So you can actually sneak onto objectives. He wasn't on an objective then, and he could have been.
Yeah. He has that capability to just be like, hey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Those classic old rules, just those withins.
I do like the fact that the Beast book, even though it's one of the oldest books in the range, still has the play to be here.
Yes.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, obviously the battle scroll helped a lot. Or the White Dwarf.
Yeah. They were garbage before the Herdstone. The Herdstone helped.
They were pretty trash. But it wasn't impossible to win games.
But
they've just ramped up the summoning.
It also shows, right, that one small change means so much to them.
And I feel that way about a lot of books. I think a lot of books are just one little change away from being incredible. The Gits, I think, a couple of good changes, and that is just a good book again.
I think spiders really have the capability to be disgusting.
Oh, as a spider player, I would love a little buff.
I think you've, like, maybe if the... What does the moon give spiders at the moment?
So they get 5s and 6s on their...
Poison.
And then you can, with the big spiders, the Ragnaroks, you can double that damage. So each 5 and 6 is 2 mortal wounds.
Nice.
Now they've obviously changed the Loon Shrine, so it's when you're near that, you're within the range of it.
Yeah.
I managed to go 3-2 with one of the heats with with spiders.
That's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah. I think part of it is people feel like they shouldn't lose, and when it gets tight, it's stressful for people.
They're a bit like, God damn it.
I'm like, well, I'm playing spiders. I'm not looking for a win here.
I'm just looking for some fun.
Yeah. And when they spike, but it's a luck-based army, let's put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, you are playing spiders, to be fair.
Yeah. But when that new book drops, everyone better watch out. Those spiders are coming.
Yeah?
I've got so many of them.
Oh, great.
So many.
I'd actually like to play you with spiders, to be fair. I think they've got the capability to be ranted.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to get them on the stream at some point.
I just wish Ragnaroks went on a 160 mil deck. They're a nightmare to play with.
Or give them the ability to just ignore terrain.
They do.
No, I meant like landing on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Impassable terrain, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like you can land on impassable, that'd be cool.
Tied on the side of it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you hanging around. And everybody else in the chat, Moog, Anonymous Rex, Spadge, all those lurky, I'm going to say lurky durkies, but not too great. Thank you for joining us here for game number 5, where we can see David has got the turn priority for turn 2, going into Freddie. I'll be honest with you, I spun the best mission the last.
It's a cracker.
The name won't back down.
Yeah.
These two are fighting for that championship. Neither of them willing to back down and concede here.
No.
They're both wanting that big fat W, and by God, if they have the opportunity to, they will have it.
And look at here, we've seen David summoning in some what looks like Nurglings.
Yep, Nurglings.
Just remember that obviously he can summon a lot of stuff as well. He's got a decent summoning engine himself, which will be able to shut down some of these things getting onto objectives, as we're seeing here.
Yeah, it definitely will. I think his summoning engine's a bit more tricky to play with,
Yes.
because Freddie can stop it a lot easier,
Yeah.
or slow it down.
Yeah.
You know, currently Freddie's in all 4 quarters, which means, you know, David's not getting those extra summoning points
Yeah.
here and there, but nobody in my half or nobody in my quarter or
Yeah.
whatever. But, you know, the trees on the center of the board, it's still doing its job, getting all that stuff in. We've seen, you know, movement happen up here. We've got one of the flies probably going to go round and try and hit this. These are probably going to go into the Jabba Slife, not a problem. I'd imagine these stay still rather than going this way, because at the moment that Centaur screen is stopping the Dragon Ogres from being able to go in. There's, you know,
I mean, Freddie's still got to get through all those flies there. They're ridiculously tough to kill.
yeah, they are 8 wounds apiece, a 4-up based save.
I imagine he's waiting for the right turn, though. It's turn 3 that it ramps up, really.
Yes. Turn 1 to 2 is -1 rend. Turn 3 is an extra -2 rend.
So that's when his Dragon Ogres get really discouraged.
Can you pull up the Dragon Ogre War Score
I
for
certainly can.
There we go. We're going to get this. It's going to be great.
Oh,
Show me them Dragon Ogres.
there you go.
So, 3 in each unit have the Crushers, and 3 in each unit have the Warglaives. I believe.
And this is the thing with Beast. You look at that profile and think, it's all right.
Or maybe it's the Ancient Weapons. But it's all right. But then you add the Rend to it.
Yes. You slap -2 rend on those no-rend weapons.
That's
really
disgusting.
getting boosted.
18 attacks from 3 of them with the paired Ancient Weapons, for example.
Yep.
Bang. Get. Hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and the battle tactic going through for David. A really quick turn. I'm surprised both players. We've got 3 out of the 10 turns here, and we're only 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
And that's including deployment. That's mental.
I tell you, everyone's speedrunning.
These two, I think both of these players know how to play their armies.
Yes.
Clearly. They're both 4-0. They're both pretty understanding. They had a good conversation before the stream. And before the game and the stream. And they are in a place where they're just like, do you know what? Let's just play this game, be really clean, have loads of fun, and they're...
And it's too easy. Like, it's easy to just rush in and trying to kill stuff. But AOS isn't really about that. It's about playing the objectives. Points win games, not kills.
It's a 5-turn game. Man Crusher's going into the raffle. Is that a Broad as well? Yeah, there's a Gargant army.
He's basically giving away a Gargant army at the raffle.
Do you know, if I win those, I'm going to trade them in for Lumineth.
Could give Broad to me.
Oh, I could, but you don't need it. You've got an awesome conversion.
Yes, but...
Do you know what you could do, chat? If you already own a Gargant army and you want to take Broad, cut out a little paper crown and put it on his head. That'd be enough for me.
I was going to ask Kitty if she would knit me one. Go my little guy.
She could crochet you or knit you one. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Oh, you?
One of us.
Nice little
Let's do it,
knitted
yeah.
crown to go on my guy.
You can get do you want a little jumper? It's like a little cape with tails on the bit.
Oh,
Tail coat.
Yes. make him look as pompous as possible.
Yeah. We could crochet it or we could sew it, and then it's like clean. Oh, anyway, we'll have to get into that. So Freddie's turn. He's just going through his hero phase, doing all his stuff, trying to get all the summoning points in the place, and now we can see the movement has started.
He's going to start to open up the gate, as it were, for all those beasts to pull through, priming himself for this going into turn 3 where everything goes nuts.
A double turn here for Freddie would be insane. He doesn't need to hit; he can just hit first. You know?
Yes.
Rex, I think you have to buy the Grond, whatever his name is, King Brod. Now, don't you? It's one kit.
It's all one box.
And they put the price on.
If anyone has any spare Brod bits, I'll have them.
Let us know. I'm really quickly going to go and check what battle tactic Freddie has got this turn, because they have already started and Davis just forgot to put it in, or Brady has, but that's not a problem. Yeah. What are the Dragon Ogre's best? I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to answer it as long as you can.
I'll drag it out.
Yeah, here we go. Speaking of dragging it out, Dragon Ogres. Flawless segue. Do they go hell for leather turn 3, 4, and 5, or do they just become a pain in the ass for the whole game and not actually do anything?
Good question. I think it's a mix of both here. They can obviously tag up a lot of stuff. They've got a decent save if I bring it up again. These guys are rocking a 4-up save. We're playing the mission where they can get a 5-up rally as well. Obviously, the Herdstone at turn 3 is also going to give them a 4-up rally. So they want to tag enough up, but try and not take enough back. They've got, the flies aren't by any means weak, so they can put some damage out of them. But got 5 wounds. They're big units. It's going to be hard to take out a full unit and stop him being able to rally those Dragon Ogres back if he does lose.
Yeah, Freddie gets 4 up rallies across the board with that near that Herdstone as well.
Yes, and by turn 3, it's going to be a big enough aura so that he be comfortable to get on that middle objective and do something and have 5 wound models come back on the 4-up.
I think I'll be brutally honest, Tom. I don't think he gives a fuck about the middle objective.
Not particularly. It's just a nice. It's like if he can take. He's not looking. He's not going to be taking it to gain points more than deny.
Yeah, of course.
Points.
Which is denial is a perfectly acceptable format. Okay, specifically for Game 5 in your tournaments.
Yes.
Denial is the best tactic because you don't need to get any more VPs. You just need to win.
No.
Like with only 2 players, 4-0, wins win the tournament, right?
Yes. Wins is most important.
So up until this point, you want to play for as many VPs as possible because that's like your tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So if you do drop a game, you can still 4-1 pretty high. But when it comes to Game 5, denial is the way to win.
And yeah, it doesn't matter if you win by a point or 5. It's a win's a win.
Yeah.
And here we go. Here we're seeing those Dragon Ogres pop out. That is a big unit.
Yeah, that's a big stonking unit, nice and quick. And he's keeping one further back for now, probably going to use it next turn, He's got it as a backup. So he'll hit with the first 4, or the first unit of 6. If they fail or don't go through, Freddie will then throw the second unit in probably. Yep. And we've got the Shag off there in literally the center of the battlefield. Being just a pain.
Yeah, Shaggy loves it.
Tigor going up to the top, looking at that 1 plus Gal Blightlord.
Yeah, he can do a bit of posturing. The real pocket rocket he's got actually, those Bestigor, similar to the Beast Lords, they can run and charge. And near a Shaman, they're moving 9. Yeah. You get +1 to runs, so essentially movement 10 plus the run. Guarantee it as a 6. They're moving 16, then being able to charge. And they have a lot of attacks on the a lot.
Yeah, they get +1 attack on the charge as well.
They do, yes.
Disgusting. Actually, great. Really, really, like the ability for them to just clear anything, regardless of stature. You're a big guy, doesn't matter. You're a small guy, doesn't matter.
I can bring it up here. 2 attacks each in base. Extra attack when they charge. If it was a big unit, it's not going to be relevant here for Freddie. You get +1 to hit against 10 or more, and rerolling 1s against order. They're great.
Just against order.
Yeah, just.
With usually you'd expect to see a certain particular faction, but flat order.
Yeah, but looking at think about your stats for the weekend.
14,
half the field are order.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't take best to go. I personally love them. I use 2 units of 20, and they're just so fast. They hold objectives great. And think about them in bounty hunters as well. Those are damage 2.
And Rend 2.
Yeah, and Rend 2 from the start, 3 from turn 3. They just blend things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all you can do as Freddie has done, and just have them back as behind all this screen, and all of a sudden they're right in your face.
Yeah, he's kept them here. They are the backup reserve. I think it's more a case of, look, I've got my Centaur screens here for my objective. If you manage to get through those, these are then going to slap you in the face. And not only are they going to slap you in the face here in a turn, before you know it, they'll be over here.
Yes.
And they've got the ability, to, as you say, they're so damn fast. the ability to run across the battlefield at blinding speeds, my God, it is the GOAT. And the winner of this will be the GOAT.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. There you go.
That's your prediction.
That's my prediction. The winner of this will be the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, it's factually correct.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can't lose.
Yeah.
This is a win-win and maybe a sneaky preference. Who knows?
I mean, I can't say I'm not as a Beast player. I don't have a bias.
Do you know Beast Army? I want a Beast Army eventually, because it looks cool, it plays cool, it's just very gritty and like I like that sort of grind.
I think it's like peak Warhammer. It's that grim dark, like gross, monstrous like army that there's lovely look at, and the models, whilst they're old, hold up great.
Yeah, and the thing is that so Beasts for me are one of the best armies because not only do they have reasonably detailed miniatures, they're not so plain that they're boring to look at, but they're also not over detailed like some of the new stuff.
Yes,
that just looks overbearing and horrible.
They the only downside is you have to paint a lot of them. I've painted a lot of Ungor asses.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bare assed Ungor to paint.
A lot of contrast will help as well.
It does help. I've also seen as well. So Freddie's got another spicy piece in his great little mind steam, which he has positioned just behind his dragon.
Okay, and then Mind Stealer Sphinx, what are we looking at?
So this guy can dominate mine.
Oh, hello.
In your hero phase, you can pick up one enemy unit within 12
Yep.
for this model, and then you both must secretly place a dice that should any number. You then reveal them. If they're exactly the same, the ability has no effect. But
Okay.
if they're different, that it will fight last.
Hey. Wow, okay.
So what Freddie's doing here is setting that up so that if he gets the turn, just make those flies fight last and do other things more comfortably. He's got a bit of security.
Hit him with everything else.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really great piece, but it's something you have to position very well because obviously it's in the hero phase, so you've got to position it the turn before where it needs.
Yep.
So it can be a hard piece to use, but when used right, it can be game changing.
Can be absolutely.
Especially, I'm going back to me being a Giants player, having a giant just fighting last quarter of my army is rough.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think Giants need to go up in points, Tom.
Give it over.
I think they need to be 800 points each.
No, I think probably about 250.
For each leg.
Yeah, per leg.
That's 500 each. Done.
Yeah,
fixed.
deal.
Yeah, I'll take that. I will absolutely take that in a heartbeat. I'm impressed that Giants have managed to remain in my good books so long, but their new battle tome isn't phenomenal. Like out the park, get wrecked. It's like a good rounded book.
It's a nice book.
He passed one save.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dave's dice have fucked him a little bit last game too.
A little bit, yeah.
Now Freddie's just being like, and then you came in and that was it. God damn it, Dan. There we go. Oh, leave it be. I'll. Yeah, good. Wow, well, Dan being the bad luck charm here for for Dave. Look at those 1s and 2s. My God.
Oh, that's rough.
That's.
Huh?
Get enough Falcons.
Yeah.
Can actually
I'm here for winning that 1,000-point Gargant army that you can then take to my doubles tournament in December.
Oh, yes?
Oh.
What are the dates for those?
The dates for that are the 10th and 11th of December.
And when's the pack dropping?
Pack's dropping next week.
Ah, beautiful.
Dropping like a
We'll be there.
wet fart. I don't know.
Why? Why, Ben?
Don't know. 10th and 11th of December, bonded by bloodshed. Head on over to DicingDucks.com to be able to buy tickets. £70 for 2 days. I don't think that's too bad
Yeah.
for 2 people.
Yeah, 35 quid each.
It's not. Yeah, it's not 70 quid each, which I've had multiple people ask. I'm like, no.
And the lodge will be there?
Yeah, it's
Will
gonna be good.
I'll actually get to play?
Yeah, it's gonna be good to see you guys. You came to the other one that I did here, actually, the smaller 16 player or whatever it was.
That was great fun. Great gauges I got.
Yeah, well, you'll get some more good stuff as well.
Can I get a 10-inch gauge? Now all my giants move 10.
Oh, did they lower the movement on them?
Every giant moves 10 now.
Oh, fuck.
And now all those beautiful gauges I've got from you don't do anything for me.
Great. That's a lie. They give you options to be able to put your objectives out quickly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. These dragon ogres.
So these are looking like ward save.
Yeah, he's
It's not looking ideal
No.
for Dave here.
Oh no, they were armor saves. These
These
are
are
the
the ward
wards.
saves. They must be onto like claws at this point.
Yeah, he's just whittling them down. I mean, the fact that you've already lifted one and no, these are
Oh,
attacks
those were
back.
his attacks.
Okay. The fact that so 6 of those dragon ogres, you lose 1 in return, but you've taken out a blight, a Pusguile, and 3 wounds off another one.
Yep.
That's
And
pretty
then
good.
you're just going to rally them back.
Wait,
Oh.
was that just the Shaggoth that did that?
The Shaggoth is a mean.
Did the Shaggoth take off 1 for the win? Oh, come on.
Have a look here.
Oh.
Let's see what happens here.
If it shows up.
Well,
Oh, you're looking at the dice first.
yeah,
Sorry,
let's see what.
This also could be the boy at the top in Nurgle. The one benefit about having Joe on stream was he was very aggressive with his pointing, but I knew exactly what he was doing.
Who's
That was the Cygor into the guy at the top.
Yeah, okay. So let's have a look at the Shaggoth then. shall
3 attacks.
Yeah.
3 threes, -2 because of the Herdstone.
Yeah,
and 3
currently.
damage.
Going up to -3 next turn.
Yeah.
D3 attacks, 4 3s. Again, rend 1. And 2 attacks, 3. Rend 2 and damage.
On a 4 up his healing wounds. He's got Summon Lightning, which is really cool.
Yep.
Heal again.
And he is hella tanky.
10 wounds, 4 up save. He's a
10
monster.
wounds is a lot. And the key there, monster. He can obviously do the
Raw.
raw. He can do a raw, and that's probably a lot of why Freddie's putting. Just throw him in, raw at stuff. He dies. But at least that's what he's bringing to this fight. Yeah, here we go. We see him piling in. And
There's the Shaggoth going in. Okay, so it was the unit of 6 that managed to take off 1.5. But what Freddie's also done is he's put himself on that objective nicely. The monster's worth 5 because it's got it's a monster.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the 2 wounds each from all those Shaggoths.
And winning a roll off, it's going to be incredible for Freddie here.
Well, if he does, with everything happening, I reckon you could get that other unit of Shaggoths into that unit of flies at the top.
Yep.
The 2, keep them down.
You make the flies on the objective fight last.
Yeah. Go with the Shaggoth and that unit of 5 first. So what I'd move these up here maybe. Try and go into these. Fight with those first. The Cygor's gonna probably live and then kill this fly. And then these are fighting last, hopefully, so you can go with all of this.
That, or he can open the gates and let those Bestigor out. He's got so many options.
Yeah, and that's one of the benefits about having slightly weaker chaff units. Like the Bestigors, they're amazing in combat, like phenomenal hitting power, but they are a bit of a glass cannon.
Oh, definitely. They cannot take a hit. They're only 1 wound each.
Yeah.
They're a lot of points, but they're only 1 wound.
They're not the strongest, are they?
No.
But we see, I think the Rotmire Credo also died at the bottom through some form of wizardry.
There may be some shooting.
Oh, Ungors have bows, don't they? Ungor Raiders.
Ungor Raiders, firing little twigs at guys.
Gotta love Ungor Raiders.
Yeah, they used to be, before in AOS 2, in enemy territory, they had exploding hits.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
They were like re-rolling ones. Or is there something summoned down? What is that at the bottom there? Shall I go have a look? I see that.
Oh yeah, go have a look for me. Okay, sorry, that sigh was huge. That's my bad sigh. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Hit me with it.
There is a cock back there.
What?
A cockatrice.
Oh, there's a cock at the bottom.
Yeah, and he just rolled double 6s to stare those Creed off the board.
So the cock ate the Creed.
Yes. There's so many war scrolls in Freddie's army.
Fuck me. God damn it, Freddie. Why is there so many?
So we've got the cockatrice, this petrifying gaze. Don't use an attack sequence. On a 4-up, they suffer D6 mortals. So he rolled a 6 and then a 6. 6 mortals. See you later.
Get off my land, kid. Ah, there we go. Right, I've got my summary updated now. Oh, thank God. Right, so, yes, David had gaining momentum in turn 1, which he got, and he had the droning in turn 1. That was Flies in Quarters.
Ah.
Flies in Quarters, turn 1. Barge for Freddie, gaining momentum, and David hung on to priority that turn. Pretty key. Freddie is only a point up, but it's still a point.
I think it was an important one, though.
Sorry?
It was important to win that roll-off.
For David?
For David,
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Like we were discussing, there was a lot Freddie could do with that turn.
If he doesn't, yeah, Freddie just, not steamrollers, but accelerates his position a lot more. But, you know, the later we go, Freddie could just throw in a double turn 3 into 4 or 4 into 5.
Do you feel like Freddie's worried about this turn not going as well?
Yeah. I think the thing with Freddie is he's one cool cucumber, regardless of what happens.
Look at him there on that close.
He doesn't give a damn.
Calm and collected.
Yeah, chilled. But he's like, okay, well, I'm going to give you the double anyway. I'd rather you take the double turn like 1 into 2, which is what happened. Because that means that I can just chill out, and if I get a double, I get a double.
Yeah.
I think he's relaxed. You know, the Cygor and the Fly at the top are locked in combat. The Dragon Ogres and Dragoth are locked in combat with that unit of Flies. If David wants to bring that other unit of Flies at the top down in, and the other Lord of Afflictions into that unit of the Shagoths, sure, but then you're going to be hit by more Dragon Ogres at the back.
And he's giving up the objectives he has.
Yeah, I think Freddie's put him in a really sticky situation. So Freddie's comfortable. I think Dave might be the one that's having to think a lot more in this game.
I would agree.
Freddie did all the thinking in deployment and his turn 1, and now it's up to David to to win the game from this point.
And 6 objectives. Freddie must be thinking it's a nice start, a nice mission to go for when he can play the board so well.
Yeah, I asked him if there was any mission he didn't want to play. He went, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? What if it's like Turf War and there's only 2? And he's like, I don't give a damn. I'm like, okay. Jesus, you cool ass cucumber. You do you, my dude.
You've got to be confident. You've got to be confident going into these things.
The thing is, he's not cocky. He is just confident.
Yeah.
Against the odds, they're chosen for David. Pretty easy one.
Yeah, he's cashing in the easy ones while he's got the opportunity, right?
I mean, Desecrate's pretty good for him next turn, I think, if he needs to. Neither player has done against the odds yet. This is the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw potentially gaining momentum for Freddie in turn 3, maybe 4, against the odds as well.
Over the weekend, what have you seen? Is there any trend to do with these battle tactics? Are people holding on to these easy-to-score ones later on, or blowing them early?
So, who doesn't love a good blow early?
Yeah.
A lot of people went with against the odds turn 1 because it's like a no-brainer thing.
Yeah, it's an easy.
Also, they've not got like Barge built in like Freddie has. Like he can just go bang, done.
Yeah, Barge and Desecrator are doddle for Freddie.
Yeah. I think Freddie's written a list and has taken an army that excels at scoring these particular battle tactics, which is possibly one of the reasons he's been able to win games so much. Over the weekend, we've seen against the odds taken quite a lot. Barge is something people tend to do turns 4 or 5. Desecrate, they tend to do 4 or 5 as well. They save those 2 for the later ons, but against the odds is always the turn 1, bang, I'm done, and then it's all eye for an eye, and then gaining momentum.
And have there been a lot of book tactics?
A lot of what?
Book tactics.
Specific book tactics.
Yeah.
David uses a lot. Joe last game pretty much only used book tactics. He used against the odds turn 1 and then book tactics from then on out. Then we had yesterday, what do we have? Game 1, we had Mark versus Louis. Louis used 1.
Okay.
But that was it. Mark didn't use... Oh, no, Mark used 1 and failed it.
Yes, he did.
Of course he did. Why would he not? And then, what do we have game 2? Game 3, we had Kieran and Alex. Good
Orkoff.
way. Yeah, Orkoff to finish the day. Neither of them used any book tactic.
Yeah, the Orc ones aren't great.
They're not amazing. And then who did we have? Who? Holy potatoes! Oh, who did we have game 2?
I'm trying to remember myself.
Give me a second. I'll be able to find out. I will do it on here because lazy. Boo tactics. Book tactics. Don't look at my Pokemon spending habits. Nice and ducks. Videos. Duncan versus
Graham?
Graham. Yeah.
The daughters book tactics? The witch elf ones?
You know what? There wasn't enough witch elves alive by the time he got to the elf.
God.
So I think he used 1 and that was it. It wasn't enough to warrant warrant talking about it really.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it was
So
do
you think they're important then, these book tactics?
I think it depends which book you are. Like daughters almost have a pretty easy ride of it if you can do it properly.
Yeah.
What else has a? I think the Lumineth. Oh, we lost the top. Lumineth have a really good one as well. Nurgles are good.
They are good, yeah.
I think it depends what book you've got, and that's the biggest. I was talking to Mr. Thomas Waller about it earlier. That's the biggest problem you've got in this game, is that the balance of book tactics and book grand alliances aren't in balance with the rest of the GHB.
I agree.
And that's the problem when you change to GHB every 6 months.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I don't know what else to say. It keeps it fresh, right? But yeah,
it does. But it does also mean that, like myself, we run the events.
Mhm.
I don't actually get to play that often, and whenever I do, when it's a new game, and I can't remember what's changed, it's tough.
I said this before, right? A 6-month rotation's stupid because it takes 3 months for anybody like myself or yourself to actually understand what the changes are and get used to them, right? So you've already lost 3 of that 6 months, and then you've only got 3 months to play the book at your best.
Yeah.
If it's a 9-month rotation, you've at least got the 3 months to learn and then a 6-month, go with it. And it's also, some years you would be paying £60 for 2. £30 for 2 of them.
Yeah.
But most years you'd only pay £30 for 1. You're probably in the favour of the customer a lot more. So, yeah, I don't know. I would change it to. Have we? No, we've not frozen. They're just very still. We've. I would change it to 1 every 6 months, every 9 months, or just stick to 1 a year.
1 a year was fine, I think. But there are benefits to it. It's not all negatives. It is nice to feel like some armies will get a little refresh, and some armies will, play into certain, additions better.
I mean, it fucks me a bit because I've got all this app updating stuff to do.
Yeah, I think they've done it because of you.
Yeah, fuck me.
It's pure hate.
Yep. Nobody likes me.
Yep. It's understandable, to be fair.
I mean, to be fair. Who does? This patch says big brain mode, stop meta chasing and bring what's cool, then you'll always be on the same okay-ish level. Well, no, because you play Lumineth, so you have a new book every 2 days, mate.
Yeah, he's got you there.
So you'll never know what's going on. Maybe that's why you bring it, because you'd never actually... Has Rob and Toby finished already?
Yeah, looks like it. Is that table 2?
That's table 2.
I don't know. Will I pull up the scores?
Yeah, pull up the scores on the doors. I don't think Rob looked too happy there. Did Archeon just, rinse him, or did he rinse Archeon?
Well, I think it was looking like a tough matchup for Toby, he was saying. He doesn't particularly like playing Giants.
Yeah,
especially with some of the new monstrous actions they've got against old Archeon.
Yeah, and also they can't be insta-kibbed.
No, they cannot go in the sword.
Yeah,
but Varangard do put the work in.
Yeah. Oh, a unit Varangard will smash through Argon pretty nicely. My God.
It's you slowing me down.
I ain't doing now, mate.
Whenever that decides to load.
Moog says, recently show a worrying creep. Slaves look a little silly. Good.
Got the slaves. Good. Yes and no.
It's a shame the Demon Prince looks like a testicle got mutated in a fire.
Really? You don't like it? So the scores aren't in just yet. It looks
Okay.
like.
Oh, Dan's putting him in right now. You can see him.
So we'll get that soon. Yeah, the new slave stuff looks good.
I don't like the DP, like the visual of Demon Prince. I think it genuinely looks like somebody went in a fire and came out.
Okay, fair enough.
I personal opinion.
Yeah.
I know people that love it.
But the new book looks, again, I feel like I've had this conversation with you. I feel like the new books have been coming out and they've toned down some of the crazy stuff in there.
Yeah.
And, balanced out. So there's lots of options in the book and it looks nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've not had a full chance to read all the way through it yet. Obviously, leaked, not actually out.
Not final, may not be the true one. Who knows?
Rob lost. I can tell you that because he's just received the prizes. And the spot prize was the fastest loss.
Ah, yes.
Who's got the monkey?
That box.
Is it? Is it?
He's gone for the big box as the giant player.
Yes.
Oh, so that's Toby on 4-1.
Yeah, good, strong showing from Toby. Possibly a podium. I mean, the man's really good at the game.
Yeah.
He just drew an unlucky matchup against Freddie.
Yeah, and it's very annoying that he's also lovely at the game. So he's a lovely person, so you can't get mad at him when he beats you.
Just call him a dick. As a long-time Slaves player, I'm looking forward to a different way of playing. Awesome, Phil. I'm really glad that people in the chat seem pretty happy about the Slaves changes. So.
Yeah, it looks like a good book, and it's different. It's like I was saying about the Giants. The book isn't bad, good. It's just different, and you get to play differently.
I agree with Moog though. A 4-up rally isn't good. I hate that in a game mechanic.
Yeah, they seem to be bringing this into a lot of books.
Yeah. I mean, AOS 3 was designed to make the game quicker.
Yes.
And by adding all of the... I was saying this to Tom. They add a lot of mortal wounds. And the more mortal wounds you add, the more ward saves you need to add.
Yeah.
But the more ward saves you need to add, the more mortal wounds you need to add.
Yes.
And at that point, it just becomes this horrific cycle, which slows down the game to a point where it's almost impossible to play it properly.
I also think with these 4-up rallies, it's quite difficult to balance units. Because you're then making every unit able to come back to life, as like playing Death or something like that, which is tough to balance in terms of points per unit.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the abilities on the war scroll then, it's like, yes, but they're just going to be more persistent.
I'd just remove it from the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, it benefits you, right? As Gargan's player, once it's dead, you want it dead.
Oh, yeah.
But I would remove it from the game and make it an allegiance ability for certain armies.
Under certain conditions.
Yes. Or you swap Rally for something like Call for Aid that Stormcast have got, right?
Yep.
So it's a once a game use, or make it once a game.
Yeah.
Make it the 4-up and just keep it at a 4-up and make it once per game.
Yeah.
Still keep it out of combat, but just make it that one a game.
And it is tough because, don't get me wrong, I love rallying a Man Crusher, but should a 12-wound model be able to be rallied?
No. I don't think a 4-wound model should be able. I don't think an 8-wound model.
Maybe it should be limited to 1 and 2 wounds.
And then at what point do you just see like Amrat spam and best goal?
Well, at least you can blitz those.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think the problem I've got is I like to do like quite a lot of theme, and Rally just doesn't seem right unless I'm playing like a Stormcast army where they get summoned down from the heaven, or a Ghost army, or a skeleton.
Oh yeah, my goats weren't dead; they were just playing dead. They were those goats that get scared and fall over.
Oh yeah. They're basically possums. But no, it's like some Cities of Sigmar, freaking free guild handgunners. Jeff shouts at Trevor in an aggressive accent, and Trevor stands back up from being shot by or chopped his head off.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that bad. I just thought I'd get up and start shooting again.
Do you know what? I have lost all my limbs and my head. I am just a body. But do you know what? Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, grows little Deadpool arms and legs, and it just doesn't make any sense. But yes, anyway. Moog being like, just give it to... Did Clamorous not have Rally?
They get D3 back at the end of every turn, I think.
Battle Shock.
Yeah.
But do they not get Rally?
They still have regulation rally, nothing fancy.
Not for Rally.
No, I don't think so.
16 a combat against bounties. Or dragon.
One big
dragon.
angry dragon.
That's the only time Khazad is worth his points is into a horde. Specific, and when I say horde, I mean like 120 model army.
Yes.
Outside of that, it's shit.
But that one game in 20, incredible.
Yeah. So back to our one game, our final game here on the Quest of Champions series for the year. We have seen this unit are now attacking into the Dragon Ogres, seen the Lord of Afflictions charging, and this unit from the top also charging.
So these Lord of Afflictions dropped down. Was he off the board, or was he on the board?
No, he was on the board. He was here. So what has happened is this guy is the one that's dropped down.
Gotcha. I was looking at the board going, I'm sure there's more flies here.
Yeah, that one's the one that's dropped down, and they've just clumped up around
and then
the bottom.
That guy at the top has retreated.
Let's see. Oh, we went 2 different ways, but okay.
Yeah.
I went more aggressive. You were like PC.
There's a lot about us.
Yeah. Welcome to Dice and Ducks, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're still on Dave's turn.
Yes,
and he's wailing on these Dragon Ogres.
Yeah.
I guess he's hoping to clear them out now because this is big turn for Freddie.
Huge turn for Freddie. But we've got to see. I mean, we are in David's turn, so we've got to see how much damage he's going to get through onto these Dragon Ogres. Another one has dropped so far. There is a few more things to attack. There is, I think, there's a finest hour on his Lord of Afflictions that charged in. Sorry, I was trying.
That back objective looks to be taken as well. Those Nurglings are nice, but I believe those Ungors are in Expert Conquerors.
Yes, they are.
There's just 30 models on that objective.
Oh, there's a couple actually lost. Only 24 now.
Oh. Rookie numbers.
Is that a 6 or is that a 4 on the first dice? Either way, that looks like that is maybe a 9 wounds taken on the Dragon Ogre.
It looks like it. This looks like a 4 to me.
Is there a ward save on the Dragon Ogre at all?
Don't think so. I can bring him up. Look.
And does he explode?
Let's pull up his war scroll.
No ward save.
No?
No healing.
No.
Sorry, no blow up. Okay. So when he's gone, he's full on gone.
But I believe Freddie has 2.
Yeah, he does.
That's
the other one's on literally the bottom right hand side of the screen here. Ready to go. This is turn 3 though. This is where the Ren 2 comes in.
Yeah, it's big. Is that another fly looking to have gone?
Yep, one gone, one removed. The Dragon Ogre Shagoff did live. So I wouldn't be surprised if Freddie has hit himself with that Dragon Ogre because there isn't a lot of wounds left.
No. And Dave's really looking to clear these things out now because he just knows there's a whole heap of pain coming from the other unit behind there.
Sorry, excuse me. If he doesn't manage to clear that unit, he's going to have to take the 4 that are left plus another one.
Yes.
And the Mind Stealer might be able to just lock them down.
Yeah, lock them down. It's likely, to be honest, Freddie might just retreat those Dragon Ogres, rally them back, cycle in the next unit of Dragon Ogres.
I mean, that's how you play the game, right?
Yeah,
yeah. You use all the tools that are available to you, and Freddie is very good at knowing what is available to him. He's the guy that pointed out to me that like the Realm spell makes you count as no models in the last GHB, wasn't it? Or is it still in this one?
No, it's this one.
It's this one.
You cast it on a giant, you count as 0 models instead of 25 or 20.
0?
Yes, because you half the amount of models that count towards objectives.
That count towards, not count as.
Not counts as. Rounding down, so you go from 1 to 0.
Yeah. So.
And it is irrelevant that your model counts as 25.
Wow, Jesus. Sorry. A regular here at Sanctuary has been playing Gloomhaven.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like a 10 kilogram box. Doesn't Rally only do wounds, not whole models? Nope. Rally brings back whole models.
Yes.
Every 4 up for this Beast of Chaos army brings back a whole new model.
5 wounds.
Back a
5 wounds for every 4 up.
No, they're not. Oh, yeah. No, yes, it will be 4 ups because they are just.
Beasts get
a 4 up. That's so stupid.
It's rough.
Oh, why? Why would you even want to play this game?
Yeah, I think we'll see a balancing of beasts in the battle scribe that's coming, particularly Dragon Ogres. They're just very points of it. Which is why Freddie's running them. They just make sense to take.
Well, not only is he running them, he's also spawning things in as the Dragon Ogre Shagoff dies. That spawn did appear just right behind the Lord
And see,
of
this is what I'm
Afflictions.
talking about. He's been able to put it out of the way, within 6, anywhere within 6.
And not only is he already attacked with that Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, he now gets to attack with the spawn.
Yep.
As well.
Which is also Ren 2 now.
Oh, on 2d6 attacks, isn't
Yes.
it? Oh. Disgusting. And that is a proving ground that Freddie put in the bottom left-hand corner. So the Nurglings can't even capture it.
Yeah. It's tough. But, I mean, looking at the points, that's not necessarily the case.
What, how close it is on the
it's
points?
tight on
Yeah,
the points.
yeah.
You know, we're talking about how Freddie's smashing stuff, but
yeah,
it's still a tight game.
I
Dave's
mean,
doing great.
Yeah, Dave's going to pull ahead with hold 1, 2, 3, but not more this turn, I think. So he's going to hold 1, hold 2, and he's going to get against the odds because he'll have chosen the top one, because why would you not? So he's going to crack on with 4 points. I mean, Freddie's going to be trailing by 3, but does have a turn in hand.
Yep.
And he has the ability to choose a really simple battle tactic, like against the odds.
Yeah. Does he still got Desecrate?
He's done Desecrate and he's done Barge.
Okay.
But maybe gaining momentum, or Eye for an Eye, because the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth died, and there's Nurglings available, and this thing up here, and he has 3 wounds left, and Cygor just over, you know, like...
He's got so much options,
This sort of stuff is really good to get. Against the odds might be better playing for turn 5, turn 4. Something that you can crack on with. And that... Oh, it's just so good that a player can build an army that allows them to do this.
And it's, you know, testament to Freddie that he's built a list that just does battle tactics.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's easy.
It's 10 points.
It's easy just to play and go, right, I'm here to kill. But a lot of the time it just doesn't win you the games. You've just got to score those points consistently every single round.
Yeah, you can tailor your opponent, but if you're down on points, you lose.
Yeah.
Anonymous Rex, how the hell have you been playing Rally then? Have you been just rolling 1 dice and bringing 1 model back? Unit of 30 ghouls, kills down to 4, and then it's like, instead of rolling 26 dice, rolls 1 to bring 1 ghoul back for a command point. That feels bad. No, you roll 1 dice for each model that is no longer on the table, but was in the original starting unit. So if you had a starting unit of 10 and 5 were dead, you would roll 5 dice, and every 6 plus is a model back, regardless of wound.
Within an inch of the unit.
Yep. And you need to conform to coherency.
Yeah.
So you can spawn the first 5 however you like, but after that, you've got to put them in an inch of 2 models.
Yeah.
Which I thought was an interesting change, but it does stop a bit of the stringing out that we used to.
Yeah, I think it was a good change.
Yeah.
The board got smaller, right?
Yeah. Jesus. Sorry, I'm huffing and puffing because
There's battle tactics aren't loading. Is that the?
No, it's because whoever had the last turn hit complete battle round at the bottom of the thing, but it says complete battle round, not complete. Like I thought it was pretty freaking obvious. Apparently not. So I'm just gonna go and fix that. Scoring real quick. Give me a second. Search this table. Oh my god. The internet on here is.
It's been rough this weekend.
It's been pretty rough.
Like someone's been like using all the bandwidth.
Hold on. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Anyway, so we have moved on to Freddie's turn 3. I can tell you that he has chosen against the odds as
Makes
his
sense.
battle tactic. Turn 4 and turn 4 and delete. Get gone, kids. Bang.
We're back.
Yeah, we are. By the power of technologically, we're back.
It's good. It's good that you're good at this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to be.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly going to be like, hey, Tom, can you come and talk to me about a game and then do all the tech as well?
So I might go just check if that Mind Stealer has made anything fight last. I think that'd be important.
Does it in the hero phase? Yeah. Do you want to go up and
I'll
have
go
a...
have a lap.
Yeah. Tom's going to go check that because that is really important. And it's a case of which unit he's made fight last as well. Is it the one already in combat with the Dragon Ogres, or has he gone for the 2 unit of flies that are brand new, fresh? He has not made anything fight last. That's unfortunate to say the least.
Well, no, it's they both pick a dice.
Sorry, 1 second. There you go.
Here we go. So, when he puts a secret dice down, and then they both put dice down, and then if they match, then doesn't do anything. And he guessed it.
That's a shame. If I was Freddie, I'd literally just roll the dice. I'd not look at it. I'd just roll it.
Yeah.
Put it in the dice cup, shake the cup, bang, done.
Yeah. Full spice.
Can't play mind games with me if I don't know what the fuck it says.
Can't get in my head if I'm not there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love doing this sort of shit. So, like, the Eye of Shayeen or whatever it was called, where Archeon gets to see who goes next, which is changing actually in the new book.
It is, yeah. I think it's a once per game.
Yeah, it's huge. That's a massive change. I think that nerfs him quite a lot.
He was tough to play against, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I got too caught up in it, but it's hard to not have that ability to contribute towards what the turn order is going to be.
Yeah.
And it's hard to play your turns around anything when you don't know what the. Although to some extent it's fairly obvious, like when they know they've got a double. but you're right. It's a big change to Archeon, and once per game is. But it's like we play Middle Earth, and there's an Azog one that's once per game. You get to go first.
Yeah.
Important.
Yep.
And you just got to save it for that crucial moment now, rather than just roll it every single turn.
I think part of that makes that much more valuable is because Middle Earth is a game of unlimited turns.
Yes.
So if you want to play 400 turns, or if you end up playing 400 turns, you end up playing 400 turns.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a 5-turn game like AOS or 40k.
No.
So that once per battle is so much more important to use at the right time.
Yeah. You bide your time.
But with like Archeon, I guess, in comparison to that game, yeah, you use it in one of the 5 turns. It's still important which one you use it in, but I don't know. I liked the fact that you could do it every turn. You may have got confused with Heroic Recovery. Yeah, Heroic Recovery is you roll 2 dice. But basically, you take a bravery check.
Yep.
Or you roll 2 dice. If it's below your bravery, equal to or below your bravery.
Equal to or below.
Yeah, you can heal the 3 wounds per unit. But it has to be out of 3 inches of enemy unit.
Yeah, can't be in combat.
Cannot be engaged.
Well, we're seeing that cockatrice appear as well in the bottom left.
Another cock coming on screen.
And here comes that big wall of Dragon Ogres.
Yep, that big old unit of 6.
We're seeing those Centaurs just dance around those guys, box them in another turn.
Screen.
Yeah, Freddie can just keep biding his time with his Bestigors and wait for the perfect opportunity. Because he wants to fight with those Dragon Ogres first. He doesn't want to risk the Bestigor in this turn.
Yeah. Freddie summoned another cock.
Oh no, he's probably looking to just stare that one fly off the board.
I mean, it's only got 3 wounds left.
Yep.
I'd probably eye for an eye rather than against the others this turn.
Well, he's priming himself up. He could probably do that. Oh well, because he lost the Shaggoth.
Yeah. And the reason I say that though is because there's only 3 wounds left on that fly, and you're going to summon a cockatrice, and you've got a Cygor that's 3 inches away.
Yep.
It did 5 wounds.
Yeah, you're probably right there, because you've got to take that battle tactic when you can only take it when you've lost something, and you can't guarantee something's going to die later in the game.
I know, and it's gone now.
Yeah. Because
it happened, but you can almost near as guarantee that was going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you were putting enough into it to just crack on. Because, yeah, I mean, if Freddie, not that he's going to wipe him off the board this turn.
No.
But unless David is going to start killing units every single turn, it's, yeah.
I mean, beasts are fragile. It's likely we'll see something die.
Yeah.
But maybe not a unit of Dragon Ogres, which is going in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very possible. I'd like to hear his thoughts about that afterwards. Maybe it's just a case of, I just chose the wrong one. You can't guarantee.
There we go. There's those Dragon Ogres swinging into those 2 flies.
Yeah, in they go. Nice and simply, straight away, bish bash bosh, hello, time to die.
That's most of Dave's army tied up.
Straight away, done.
You can see Freddie quite surgically sectioning off areas of the board and saying, okay, Dave, you have here, I'll have everywhere else.
Well, I was going to say, so what have we got for Dave? We've got this, Blow Ab, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fly, 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 and fly.
But you can see Freddie's just surrounding units, sectioning off parts of the board,
I was going to say, that,
you live here.
that means Dave's effective troll range looks like that.
Yeah.
That's less than a third of the board.
And there's the board. The game goes on. Freddie's just squeezing, taking units off, and tightening up that grip of the board control.
Yeah, it's a real masterclass on being able to play this army and show that mighty doesn't always make righty. The fact that you can get away with the smaller guys pulling out the big wins.
Yeah, you can. And that it's definitely a 5-turn game. Freddie's not really done that much for 2 turns, and is now going right.
Yeah.
Bided my time, built up my army, invested in the different areas. Now's the time to go in and start clearing out and boxing you in.
Yeah. I mean, we can see there from the close-up screen, the Cygor, the right side, the Cygor off to the right of that screen, and then that melee of Dragon Ogres, Centaurs. Like, there's a horde of models on the tabletop here, with the flies dwindling in number. Oh, that is
a really nice arm.
Yeah, good arm, mate. And you can see the Ungors creeping in on the right-hand side. The Nurglings trying their best to hold off what they can, but it's just not going to be enough at this particular juncture.
And we're seeing as well, like we were talking earlier about that summoning engine for beasts being so potent. How does Dave really get to stopping that at this point? Now he's started to push out. That Herdstone is nowhere near where his army is. He's still got monsters on the board that can just keep doing the roars and generating points. The Shaggoth himself right by the Herdstone can do that.
Cygor at the top. The Mind Stealer is also a monster.
Yeah, it is. Lots of cheap monsters in Freddie's army.
Yeah, and there's 2 cockatrices that he summoned.
Yeah.
Also monsters.
Also
one of them has gone into those flies at the bottom. So.
The cockatrice isn't terrible.
No. I mean, there was an 18 cock army at one point that I saw going about.
It was a big cock army. And it won some. I think it won an event.
It did. Yes. Sorry. Cockatrice reminds me of a time when I used to work for GW.
Yeah.
Over lockdown, me and Nick Baton used to do like a Thursday night game show on Twitch. So we would do stupid games and things like that, and we'd like try and rack up points and see who won. It was just stupid, but we did say what you see. We alternated it for each other. So one week I would do it for say what you see for him in the chat.
Okay.
The other week he would do it. My best one was a picture of a rice bowl with a signpost in it that said "Welcome to Rice," and then a cock, like a cockerel next to it, and it was cock at rice. Cockatrice. Yeah, I got away with that.
That slipped under the radar.
Yeah, it did. It's safe to say that 2 months after that, we weren't allowed to do it anymore. Or 2 weeks after that, sorry. Yeah, a big Dr. Og fort kicker was another one.
Dr. Og.
Yeah, there was like a picture of a doctor. It was a dog, but no D.
Okay.
But Og. And then there was just the doctor in his coat was kicking a fort.
Nice. Big Dr. Og.
Yeah, fort kicker. Yeah. It's just stupid shit like that. It was great. I might have to start doing it again. We might have to do a Thursday night game show, Warhammer based or something. Anyway, speaking of games and being shown, we have got Freddie, as you said, surgically removed.
We look away from the screen for all of 2 minutes, and
Flies.
there's 2 flies gone.
Oh,
that's
my
big.
God.
That's big.
No offense to David, but every time I see flies, I always think, my God, what a negative play army, right? And I think, how the f am I supposed to beat this? I played against it in my tournament as spare player, my midweek tournament, and I thought, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. And the person was fine to play against. Craig was wonderful to play against, but the army was a pain to play against. Like, it was almost like, well, there's no point in me playing this game. Yet Freddie is showing how to deal with it.
Just kill them. Just roll 6s.
Force them onto their wards. I know it sounds weird, but if you can have like Ren 3, and they have to all out defense to get a 6-up save, it's when you add that second layer of saving that it gets really difficult.
Yeah, you're right. These big rend weapons are just clearing straight through saves, and Dave's having to think. Well, I've got multiple units. Which is the most important? Where am I spending that all-out defense?
Yeah, and there'll be 5 objectives held for Freddie this turn. Everything bar the middle top one will be in his control.
Yep, this is what I'm saying about the closing that grip.
Gaining momentum would have also been a easy one to get here. I think gaining momentum and eye for an eye would have been the 2 that I used. Eye for an eye first, because you've had the shag off die.
Yep.
And then gaining momentum turn 2.
Just weaken some units up, and then...
Yeah.
And eye for an eye as well. You don't have to elect a unit, do you?
Yep.
So killing those flies would have done it. Killing that fly at the top would have done it.
Killing the Nurglings would have done it. If the Rottmeier was still on the board, one of them getting finished would have done it. Like, there's so many things. Like, I think... Against the odds is a nice, easy one, but choosing it this early, I think, can be a potential detriment. But yeah, I'll see if Freddie's able to. He might not want to have a conversation with us after the stream to figure his brain out, and David might not want to have a conversation at the end of the stream. But we'll see if we can get hold of one of them. Oh, great. So he actually got a favorite game, but God damn it.
Not the
Knob.
Yeah, not the Warhammer villain we thought he was.
Not the see you next Tuesday guy.
Yep.
Well, we are seeing David taking the turn for turn 3 and going 14-11 up, but Freddie does have yet to score. He currently holds 5 out of 6 objectives, so that'll be 3 points from that, and against the odds, easy one for him to get, making it a 16-14 going into turn 4. I think Freddie, if he gets the chance to take a double, does he, or does he just proving ground the top one and go let the middle one and go right? You literally own nothing.
Oh, that cockatrice going.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's going to lose some stuff. I mean, he's probably happy if that dies. So, if you were David and you won this roll off, what do you think you'd be doing?
I don't know. Eye for an eye, right? You've not done it yet.
Yeah.
As a battle tactic, I would eye for an eye.
And what are you looking to kill here? A unit of Centaur?
Literally anything.
Because there's 2 units of Centaur there, right?
Yeah.
One.
There's the split. He's literally put the...
There you go.
There's only 2 models in the other one, so yeah, I'd do that.
So is that your... You think that's what it'll do?
I don't know that's what he'll do, but I think that's... The problem is, right, if you probably throw a lot of afflictions into those 2, maybe?
Yeah.
Rather than the 2 for drones, and you put the flies... I don't know, because Freddie's screened so well with those Centaur. I don't know where you'd put him. We are seeing the Battle Shock phase happen now, and all of the disease points and tokens.
Nice disease phase.
Are going over. Yeah.
But it's I don't know if Freddie's necessarily worried about that. He's obviously got his heals.
I don't think he can. He's got the heals.
And will his Dragon Ogre heals get rid of disease points?
You can choose to remove the disease instead of healing. So, yeah. There is a potential. But also, I mean, that unit of 4 is now a unit of 1.
Yeah.
And he's already removed a unit of 2. And you've got the Lord of Afflictions left. It's pretty damn...
Looking rough.
There's so much stuff that's died, Tom. Such hate and malice being poured into this game. Against the odds indeed achieved. And correctly on to turn 4 for both the players. 16-14. Freddie's lead with a priority roll.
For a roll-off.
Of... Freddie's sitting down, so I assume... Either A, they're talking it out, or B, Freddie's like, you can have the turn.
Yeah.
Or Dave's just like, I'm having it. I think Dave's having the turn, basically.
I would. Yeah.
Even if I was Freddie, I'd give it away.
Well, yeah, you're right. You can just set those 2 battle tactics we were talking about earlier. You just prime yourself up for eye for an eye, let him kill something. Oh. Roll off.
3 versus a 3, so Dave gets it.
Yeah. And I think at this point he has to take it.
But if he doesn't take it, right, what are you denying, really?
Yeah.
Oh, proving ground.
Proving ground's there.
Nurglings can piss off.
Yeah.
Summoning anything near the tree can piss off. Not GVs, are they?
Summoned units are GVs.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is it not starting army?
I think there's some plague bearers, but I think they're quite costly to summon. I don't know how many points David has.
Don't know. Unlike Freddie's got 5, we can see that from the red dice in the center of the screen that David's got, unfortunately. But,
I'm going to presume, it's looking like he's taken it. I think at this point he has to. He's in a tough spot, and I think he's going to be looking for like that eye for an eye, or.
I mean, if you look at the summary that we've got over here, you can see the priority pill next to David's side of the battlefield every single time. And then they went first on everything but first turn. Yeah, I think the double 1 into 2 wasn't a great choice from David. I would have given it back to Freddie.
Yeah.
And then I could have chosen the proving ground or whatever, or not chosen the proving ground. And then it opens me up to double 2 into 3 or 3 into 4.
I think a double turn earlier on was kind of crucial for David to really make an impact.
But he didn't. He did have the double 1 into 2.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the. I think 2 into 3. So what you're saying, giving it away and then going for a double turn 2 into 3,
right,
would have been able to do more. With
it. Oh, sorry. Yes, he would have had much more a stronger showing if 2 into 3 or 3.
Yeah.
3 into 4 at worst.
He looked at the boards, turn 1 and 2, and he was on most of the objectives. He didn't have to really worry about too much. Freddie can summon his little ungors and stuff. You spend your turn 2 clearing that out, and then look for a turn 3 where you can then start pressing your advantage on, clear out all that backline stuff, and push forward a bit more securely.
I think a lot of people forget that it's a 5-turn game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call myself a great player, but I reckon I'm a reasonable player.
I'd say so.
And I'm like a mid-table, eke into the top 10 if I get lucky, or get a good matchup, right?
Or play a decent army.
Well, yeah. If I actually played the meta, I should probably be good. You all right, loser? Yes, good guy. 3-2? 3? No, 2-3. All right, Jesus Christ. Wait, did you lose to Bill?
Yes, he did, yeah.
All right, rub the salt in the wound. Fuck me.
Bill absolutely annihilated it.
So he beat you this time, whereas you fucked him at my event?
Yeah. It was deserved.
Okay. You let him win. Well, yeah, you needed it more last time. So, it was the ego boost for both of you, which is good. But we're currently seeing the fight of the champions, David versus Freddie.
Any predictions?
One of them will win. Yeah. Or fight for the champion, sorry. All right. My respect. No, but they can put it in their hearts. No?
Yeah.
Sure. But not a lot's happening. They can't hear you, by the way. The chat can't hear you. You would need to be like kissing me or him to be able to. Oh, okay. Fair play. My third headset's still in its box.
Ooh.
I have 3 of these now.
Going for triple commentator.
Triple casters, yeah.
Nice.
We are on turn 4 with David having the priority, and he is 2 points down. He has only got 2 Lords of Affliction. So where's my pen? Lord of Affliction. Lord of Affliction. We've got a fly here, 2 flies here. We've got Blowab here, summon Nurglings, and that is it. Yeah, 6 objectives. Mark's just saying. Really painful.
But as predicted, he's gone for eye for an eye.
Yeah, eye for an eye is a really solid one here. I think what that does, actually, eye for an eye, means that Freddie also goes for eye for an eye. Because for David to get it, he has to kill something.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So it's not the end of the world, but it's...
What do you think he's looking to kill here, then?
Those 2 Centaurs, surely.
It must be.
There's no way it's anything else, really?
He's pulling out of those combats. I mean, Freddie will just rally those 2 Dragon Ogres. And suddenly there'll be 4 of them.
3.
3.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 left, so they'll rally 3 back.
There's only 2 there, right? That's the Sphinx.
Oh, that is the Sphinx, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, so there'll be 4.
Yeah, the golden monkey has been claimed.
I want to see this golden monkey. Is it big or little?
Big monkey.
Thanks, Dan. Goes the monkey.
Well, he is a giant player. Obviously, the big box.
Yeah. And make big bucks. That's not how Rob sounds. That was an impression of a Gargan.
Oh,
Full disclosure.
Okay.
I'm not.
I thought you were just mocking poor Rob.
Fuck you, Rob. No, Rob is awesome. He's a good guy. A stoic Giants player.
Oh. The monkey. And it's a monkey living its best life.
Hang on. The people need to see this crap.
That monkey is living its best life.
This is a golden monkey. Hang on. I'm going to have to cover this.
Yeah?
Nice
Little terrain piece.
I can't hide its cock. I don't mind his balls. They just look like a small ass. That is amazing. I didn't realize it was. When you said golden monkey, I thought you meant like a little monkey statue.
No. Big golden monkey with a
Tiny cock.
And a big set of balls.
Huge set of balls.
Huge balls.
Monkey
and
balls.
that is art.
Yeah.
That is a sculpture.
Yeah.
No joke. A sculpture in one. It was one of the European capitals. There was a massive version of that monkey in the capital. As a sculpture.
Should I change the logo to just be a massive dick here?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that would go down well with YouTube at all. What also isn't going down well is currently the lack of flies here for David. Oh, did you? Glorious segue. Sorry.
It was great.
And some more summoning coming in here. Just more Nurglings just being a pain.
He's got not much he can really summon in. To keep up with Freddie's summoning, that is.
Oh, that's majestic. There is a delay on this chat, which annoys me. But yes, Anonymous Rex approving of the golden monkey penis.
It was majestic.
The golden penis monkey.
I don't know where Rob's going to put that. Just put it on your mantelpiece, or who knows?
Next to him.
Yeah, just on the bedside table.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at. We were talking about the board control and summoning here.
Where is that? Where are they
That
fitting?
is the only place, literally in that configuration, that those Nurglings can go. Freddie's done so well to swamp and push. It's only, it's turn 4. They've got an hour and 11 minutes left by the looks of things. And both of these, to be fair, one of the biggest armies here on Freddie's side of the table. And once you count all the summoning and stuff. Yeah. And he's still one of the fastest finishing in the games.
Yeah.
Because he knows what he's doing with it.
He is. He's a very good player. He knows, he knows how the game plays. He'll know exactly how David's list will play. Yeah. We've played it plenty of times. Yeah. So he can breeze through everything, which is good.
He knows what to hit, where to hit it, how to control it.
So that's one. I think people don't necessarily play in the competitive scene. They horror stories sometimes about how games can drag on. Armies like Beasts, where you have so many units, it can be a real drag to play. And the reality is, a lot of the time, the player you're playing knows their army well enough that it's not the case. Yeah.
It's all about what you know as a player, right? Speaking of what we know as a player, what we don't know as a player, where the top down went. So instead, we'll come over to here where we can see the Gorgon behind that bag of dice hides. In front of the side goal.
That
behind
is looking
that
like that charge roll for those flies. Look at the nice little view that you put. And he's looking to get those two discussed.
Yeah,
tag into the others so that they can only retreat or fight.
No, let's be honest. The impact hits will kill them. Yeah, of course they do. The fucking Nurgle.
Of course they do.
Of course they do, my dude. On a 2-up, they take D3 mortal wounds or something.
Senegals have 2 wounds?
They do. Well, they did.
They do, yeah. Yep, there they go. Cleared.
Straight off the board.
Perfect. Exactly right.
Where is my mouse? Oh.
He's going to tiptoe onto that objective. I don't think it's going to take it for him, but...
No, because you got all the best goals behind as well.
And some presumably expert conquerors on gores.
Most likely. Go to this one and see from here. Freddie. Oh, that's quite a good view, actually.
That's a decent view. Look at that board.
I'm going to have a quick look at the top down and see what's going on. So I'll be 2 seconds. Question time. Ooh.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, no.
Do Nurglings kill those Ungors? And if they do, how does Freddie retake that bottom objective?
That's easy enough. We can have a look at their war scroll. Bring that up for you guys. So Nurglings into... Ungors... It will have -2 rend in this turn. So there will be... No, the Ungors will. So they're not the chumps that you might think they are, but they only have a 6-up save to Ungors. These Nurglings have a lot of attacks, and they are 5s and 5s, only 1 damage. But I suppose Dave's not looking really for the output from the attacks, but more from looking for fishing for 6s, which will put disease points on the Ungors and hopefully just get rid of enough of them. Maybe force some battle shock tests across both units if he's going into multiple units, and then hope that they just run off the board rather than even have to kill them with combat. He could roll hot. I'm anticipating he's going to be using his all-out attack somewhere else. There's Ungors. See here.
All-out attack. Oh, sorry. All-out attack used on those Nurglings because...
David he has used it.
Yeah, David was saying he has to kill all of those Ungors in the bottom left-hand corner because he leaves a single one alive. And it's still 3 models, which is the same number as those Nurglings.
He's asking a lot here.
Well, disease might tick it.
No, that's what I was saying. I think that, you're looking for fishing for 6s there. They've got a lot of attacks.
Did he just save all of those dice? Oh, no, he lost 1.
Oh, God, that's painful.
I mean, hang on. Back to the close-up for just a second. Look at them. Ungors stoically defending their right to be alive.
They're such a great unit to have in expert.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're clever with them, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to hit from 2 sides at once to be able to make them worth it.
Yeah, well, Beasts can play this board so well that sneaking just 10 Ungors on 25mm bases onto an objective is very easy to do.
Yeah.
And that's 30 models just all of a sudden on there. That's more than a giant.
Yeah. Yeah. One second.
All right.
I'm having.
So what
Kitty's on her way home, bringing me a tortoise home.
Tortoise?
We've got a pet tortoise now.
Oh, that's a nice little addition. You looking for a pet?
No, but we've got it.
Nice.
We'll make good soup.
Or an ashtray?
Yeah, both. Actually, soup and then ashtray.
Nice.
Soup, scoop, ashtray. Done.
Jesus.
No, my name's Ben. Anyway, sorry. So we've got Centaurs into flies, Nurglings into Ungors, Dragon Ogres being like, you ran away. I mean, the Cygor did die. The impact hits of the fly at the very top of the screen, which is just a little bit of alleviation from David. I'll be honest with you. If I was playing Freddie, if I was Freddie here, I would have just removed those Centaurs anyway. The amount of damage that are coming out of those Nurgling.
Do we want to check? So I do know that this one's mine. You have to kill stuff with an attack. Eye for an eye. You don't have to be an attack. It can be an ability.
Yeah, it's just kill a unit.
Okay, fair enough. Good. I've fallen for that trap far too many times where it says kill something with an attack, and I do an impact hit with my giants, and all of a sudden I've pissed it all away.
Pretty much how it works. No, Moog, Perturabo is not making his return. I used to own turtles, or terrapins, which are different from tortoises.
Okay.
Tortoise doesn't need a tank.
Okay, just free roaming.
Free roaming tortoise.
Nice.
The garden.
The garden, not the house.
No, of course not the house. First off, the cat would play with it.
Okay.
So now it just lives in the garden. Well, it'll live in the shed and the garden.
It's its own house.
It has a little house. It's coming up with a little house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And is it named? Have you got a name?
The name is Lottie.
Okay. Family member, how nice.
Kitty's grandparents taught us.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're taking her in. I'm going to have to, next week, my job is to install an outdoor socket so I can get a heat mat for her.
You're very techie, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm handy.
Pretty much an electrician.
I know what I'm doing. I mean, I learned how to wire a plug in physics.
It's not difficult.
It's real easy.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's whether I decide to put it in as a plug and like just plug it into almost an extension lead, but a waterproof one, or whether I actually wire it into current main the house. I think I'm just gonna do a plug. We don't use two of the plugs in the kitchen anymore.
Yeah, it makes
anyway.
sense.
So,
anyway, back to Warhammer.
Back to what?
Yeah.
Back to Warhammer indeed. Thank you very much for keeping us straight there, Tom. We have got our finalists really, I was going to say going at it.
There goes, those Centaurs are going to the disease points, it looks like.
Yeah, to be fair, they've done their job. They have done their job perfectly.
Yeah.
Freddie still has a turn in hand. He could double 4 into 5. That would be the perfect time for Freddie to double.
Yeah, and look, we were talking about earlier, those Bestigor just sat there waiting.
Yep.
He's gone, well, you've activated my trap card.
Hang on.
Here come these Bestigor.
Sorry, how much? So Freddie hasn't played with 250 of his points.
Yeah, just leave them back there.
And actually, a unit of Ungors haven't been played with either. So 315 points he's not played with. The Great Bray Shaman also, so 415 points he's not played with. And there's a Dragon Ogre Shagoff that's probably done next to nothing. So 570 points. 570 points he hasn't even used.
How much has he summoned there? That's the...
Ooh, Cockatrice. I don't think the points values are on there.
Ah.
They'll be in here, though. So
we can have a look. Let's see what size army is Freddie playing with.
Well, are we ignoring the 600 points that he's not using?
Yeah, let's look at his total. That's what you got to think about it, because unlike other Warhammer games, 40k, you have to pay for your summoning points.
Yeah.
In this, you just bring them on.
Well, Cockatrice on 95 points each, so that's 190 points.
Yep.
The Chaos Spawn. Oh yeah, of course the app crashed. The Chaos Spawn is another 55 points, so that's 145 points summoned.
245 points?
245 points summoned, yeah.
So he's playing with a,
He's playing with 2.2k,
yeah,
but he's not using 650 points of it.
Yeah. And he's still got so many points in the bank.
He's still got 6 there. Oh my god, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And I can see these Bestigors just barreling. Oh look, they don't even have to. Those Dragon Ogres are not in combat.
Nope. Eye for an Eye was achieved. Obviously, the Centaurs did die. And Hold 1 also achieved.
And now Freddie can just retaliate. He can probably pick Eye for an Eye. He can pick Gaining Momentum. He can pick whatever he needs. In a great spot.
Yeah. It's... Oh, we can see a retreat coming in.
Yeah, those Ungors will just retreat, rally.
Well, they'll rally next turn, won't they?
Yeah, yeah. Provide more and more headaches.
He's just retreating with everything.
Well, yeah, he doesn't... Basically, Freddie's just keeping some threat there. He doesn't need those objectives. Because he can realistically take the 2 middle ones, I would say.
Well, I mean, no, all he has to do is move that summoned Cockatrice onto the objectives.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Oh, that's mine. Thank
you. There you go. And those 2 that are just down there, the Spawn and the Cockatrice.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, in we go.
I'm going to find out his battle tactic. I'll be 2 seconds.
Is that a proving ground?
At the very top.
Yeah. So it's still Freddie's.
It is, so it's still Freddie's.
Yeah. And Freddie here's got so many options to do with his Dragon Ogres and his Bestigor. He can get any of these objectives with those Bestigor, to be honest. The Dragon Ogres can go into anything. I'm surprised he's not rallied, but maybe he feels like he doesn't have to. Yeah, here we go. Here we see those Bestigor just barreling in. They don't even really have to kill it. They just need to do enough damage to it and not take that much back. Or instead, just make a big wrap around those 2 flies and go, right, see you flies.
Yeah, choose one, charge it.
Yep.
Get that unit. Oh, and, did he summon Bestigor, or is that unit 20?
That's the unit of 20 that he's just on 32 mil bases. And they look so compact before, but when they spread out, you really feel their presence.
Yeah, they've got a real footprint on them when they want it. They choose, they go. My God.
We might be seeing goodbye to 2 more flies there.
Yeah.
And if he wants, the Dragon Ogres can also come in, but it's likely they'll go to those 2 flies in the middle. Well, one of those is the Lord of Afflictions?
Yes, the top one is a Lord of Afflictions. The bottom one is just a normal fly.
Okay. But I was saying, it's odd that Freddie's chosen not to rally those Dragon Ogres he's got at the bottom. But he doesn't need to.
He's probably saving it for a charge if he needs it, because I think he's only got the 1 CP.
Yeah. Here we go, yeah, as discussed. They're just going to come in and get ready to smack.
God damn.
But what does he go with first? Has anything been... Has anything had their mind stolen?
No Mind Stealer yet, no.
No.
Nothing was in range because it's within 12 inches.
You probably go with the Dragon, the Bestigor first, a bit more fragile.
Yeah, the Dragon Ogres will tank that. I mean, The worst that happens is you lose a spawn and a cockatrice, but who gives a damn because you summon those in.
You
Right.
could charge with the top cockatrice as well.
Yeah. Dude, this is... I mean, it's good to see, like, Freddie has the tankiness, right? To just not get whittled down. Dragon Ogre's being 5 wounds apiece. There's 30 wounds in that unit.
Yeah, and I think, going back to it, I think this is why we might see coming out of them. They're just so points. Which is a shame. There's so much stuff in the Beast of Chaos book that playing competitively, it feels daft to take anything other than them. I have loads of Bulgor, and Bulgor are they're great, but just Dragon Ogres just beat them on most damage output, on their strength, their wounds. They're just the better choice.
The thing is,
Yep.
trees going in.
Spawns.
Spawn just has room, I think, to fit between them. Oh no, because of the bases, but I mean,
yeah, he doesn't really need that spawns attacks.
yeah, who cares? Don't charge
That
that one.
cockatrice.
Don't charge it, Freddie. If he, I mean, he'll still hold it, right? But if he charges off it, it means he has to do the work next.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Unless he's charging into those Nurglings. Oh, he just summoned some more.
Yeah, some Ungor.
Some Nungors.
Just more in the back lines.
It's so stupid. I love it. I love how the summoning unit is board edge as well.
Yeah.
That's how I think Rally should be for like mortal units. Like if you're going to be able to, that's why I was saying about changing it to like call for aid.
Yeah.
When a unit dies, you spend a CP and you bring back the base size of that unit.
Yeah.
So if you had a double reinforced fly unit, for example, and well, no, maybe only on 1 or 2 in models. Again, it's quite limited, but like the Bestigors, right?
Yeah.
Their base unit size is 10. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So that unit of 20 die, you spend a CP, you get 10 back, but they outflank.
Yeah.
Wholly
It makes
6 of
sense.
the board edge.
Send in the call for aid,
Yeah.
get some guys back on the flanks.
And it makes more sense than screaming at Trev and him popping back up.
Yeah. But not everyone's such a narrative gamer like you, Ben.
I'm not a narrative. I just certain things fuck me off. They don't make stuff when stuff just doesn't make sense. That's annoying.
So in goes as Bestigor. So last time I used my Bestigor was pre this season, and now you had to fight in 1 rank because they're only in range. But now they're Galatian veteran.
Yep. GVs.
2 ranks.
Half
2
an inch
ranks,
and half
baby.
inch. Let's go.
So those flies are in for a world of pain. And 3 attacks each on them. There's 60 attacks there. 61 because of the leader. Realistically, it's going to be 3s and 3s. Minus 3.
And then
damage 1. It's just quantity. Pure quantity of attacks.
I was talking to somebody earlier, and the Feck army here.
Yes.
I was talking to Will actually. He said he was playing against the Fleshy at Court's army, and he had his thralls. A unit of 30 ghouls went into his thralls and threw 300 attacks at him.
Yeah, I witnessed it. It was like putting dice in a bucket. It was unreal.
And his thralls lived as well, and then proceeded to kill them.
Did he also tell you about how many times those 30
3
ghouls
times.
came? Yep. So not only did he have to kill them once, twice, 3 times.
At that point, do you just use a dice rolling app, or do you have to roll the actual dice?
I don't know. It's. I feel like if you're bringing that list, you've got to make some sort of do something to make it easier.
My brain just tells me that you should own 300 dice and you keep them all separate,
Just
right?
have 1 bucket full of 300 dice and go.
Or do you remember Boggle?
No. Oh.
The game, the word game, Boggle.
Yep.
Put D6s in a Boggle tub. You just smack it. Done.
I think dice apps have to be the way, though, right? Price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, could you Boggle put 10 D6s in a Boggle, and just use that to go? Okay, I've got 40 attacks. Boggle.
Maybe
1,
I need
2.
that for my giants. I only have about 10 attacks per giant.
Then you can hit the button and roll your dice.
I can simplify my army even more.
Yeah.
Smooth brain. Don't even roll. Just smack. Yeah. Roll dice.
Is Baz actually using the chess clock that he put down?
He is, yeah. So Mike's looking to get some practice.
Right.
On the clock. I'm interested to see how that game goes. That's going to be it's a good table 3, Seraphon versus Daughters.
Yeah, I mean,
both great players.
If Table 1 wasn't going to be on stream, I was going to ask Table 2 or 3 to be on stream. Most like I was going to ask Baz, because Baz has done so much for Dice and Ducks and stuff, and I've not had him on stream yet.
Oh, have you not?
Not played on stream. I don't want to play him because he'll kick my dick.
Yeah, he is scary.
And then play the game.
Yeah. Which bit will you enjoy more?
When we get home.
Ah, nice.
And kick him. No, yeah, no, he's a really, really good player.
He is, yeah.
Those Dragon Ogres did, or the Cockatrice. No, the Cockatrice died that went in.
Detonated.
Then the Dragon Ogres lifted the Fly, but not the Lord. And the Bestigors haven't fought yet?
It seems odd that they haven't gone yet.
These are the dice for the... God damn it, Freddie. These are the dice for the Bestigors.
Are they fighting last, those flies? Why would he not have gone with them yet?
He must. But I didn't think they were in range. You have to be within 12 inches of the Mind Stealer.
Just within. And yeah, the Mind Stealer is miles away. Bit of a weird one, that.
Oh, he didn't use all-out attack on these Bestigors.
Does he have the CP?
And 3s. Don't think so. Saving it for rallying them. No. Around if needs be.
Yes, that's not true.
Oh, that's only half. Surely.
That would make sense.
That wasn't that wasn't 60 dice.
That was not 60 dice. You're right.
There's no way, really. I'd be so sad if it was. Got the wonderful Alex Jones appearing. You can go in the room. They're not going to bite your dick off. Oh dear, I love the age 6. Nowhere near as toxic as the 40k community. There are a couple of
people
that are a little bit like salty or toxic.
But that's the same in any hobby. There's always.
Yeah, there's always Ben.
There's always Ben.
I mean, always one. Yeah, so those Bestigors did remove a fly and put 4 wounds on the other one by the looks of that.
I think that's all they need to do, really. How much damage is that fly really going to do to you? 20.
Are you ready for this double turn for Freddie? 4 into 5, and him just clean the table.
It's looking that way, isn't it?
I mean, David has already. Wait 1 second. David has already put the scoring in for Freddie this turn.
Yep.
But not put the battle tactic in. Can do now because we know it's died. The unit off to the left that was.
So that's a tasty 4-point lead there.
Yeah, 4-point lead. Take what's theirs, achieved by Freddie. There's no doubt about that. Surely he's going to get that.
Yeah. Especially with such a big deployment area.
Some more Ungors as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got 7 points for summoning. Just bang, Ungors done. See you later.
So this is looking like healing. Yeah. Yep, healing. Battleshock complete.
Okay. Did that happen before or after the?
That is part of the Beast of Chaos Elite.
Oh, it's before the roll. Oh, is it? Oh, it said on a 4 up they heal D3 before the primary battle.
At the end of the combat phase, you can roll the dice for each Thunderscorn unit on the battlefield. Add 2 to the roll if it's a hero, or if it's the more than 3 models. On a 4 up, you can heal 1 wound.
And Freddie won priority there. 6 to 1 on the dice. I think take it, right?
Yeah, you just.
I mean, at this point, there's almost like, do we just talk it out?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad for them both playing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It means that we can just talk about them for a little bit more.
There's 50 minutes on the clock. They've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. They can play that full game. I don't think. Oh, nope. They just took it out. There you go. There's the handshake. It's a case of Freddie wins the turn. He will
just get on every objective.
Yeah.
Kill. He doesn't even really have to kill anything.
Yeah. And
then it's all on David's court to like try and clear him off the objectives. Can't stop his grand strategy. I don't think David would score his.
Yeah. They're just measuring up now about movement, and we'll come back to us. And I can have a say. Hello, everybody. Actually, Wrath of the Warped Wilds was the last battle tactic Freddie did. Yes, yes, we know, yeah. We'll go and have a chat with Freddie or see if we can get hold of him. I'm just watching David put the rest of the scores in now to 29 points to Freddie, and he's just seen how many points he can get.
Yeah.
The players are talking it out. So that is a convincing win for Freddie Leggett, who will also take the champion, or the title of champion in the Quest of Champions.
And there is a big weapon waiting for him.
Yeah,
Have you shown it?
I haven't shown the weapon, no. But I am going to get Freddie on, so whilst I'm doing that, you could always bring it over if you want to.
I'll bring it over, and you can have a feel for it.
Yeah, you feel the weapon.
You feel the shaft of that weapon.
Right, we will be right back. I will be 2 seconds. We'll be right back, chat. Hold there. Thanks for joining me, Tom.
No
Go
problem.
and grab the weapon, and we'll see you guys in a second. I've been muted that whole time. This is the spear that Freddie could have won. Freddie has won, sorry. If you want to come to a Warrior Lodge event, weapons are available to win. And I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who helped me commentate. So for Speckles, Tom that we just had on, Tom Waller, Moog, thank you so much for remoting as well. I appreciate you all being here. Congratulations to Freddie and the Warrior Lodge. Freddie for winning, the Warrior Lodge for running an amazing set of heats and a final. And also a huge thank you to Sanctuary Gaming Centre. The staff here are always great. Their venue is amazing. If you are around the Sutton and Ashfield area, they are open 5 p.m. till onwards, Monday through Friday. And Saturday and Sunday they are open from 11 unless there is an event on. open earlier usually, so they do quite a few little like one-day events for like other systems. And if you are interested in running an event, the rates here are super good, so just get in contact with Sanctuary Gaming Center on Facebook, or come on down and have a chat with Dave or Rich, and they will be able to help sort you out. But that is it for Dice and Ducks for this weekend. We want to say again a huge thank you to you lot at home. You guys have done us a wonderful service of tuning in. We're making our way towards that 4,000 view hours pretty darn swiftly. So if you want to just fall asleep with it on, that would be helpful, or share it with your mates or something like that. I will compile all these into a playlist ahead of, when I'll probably get home. They'll be able to sort all of that stuff out. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all the players that played on stream. Really appreciate you guys. Without you guys and without the Warrior Lodge, I wouldn't be able to make content for everybody at home to watch. So thank you very much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Other than that, I will see you guys in a bit. I have an event that I'm running, a doubles tournament in December the 10th and 11th here at Sanctuary. I'm also running a 2-day Star Wars Legion event. Details on diceandducks.com. If you would like your event streamed or covered, there is also a form on our website, diceandducks.com, /event-coverage-request, I believe. Or if you just hover over the event, it says event coverage, or there is a link on the homepage. And you can go and submit your request there, and we will have a look. And if we can fit it in our diary, and if it works for us and it works for you, then we can go from there. It's kind of cool. We're pretty much willing to travel everywhere, depending on stuff. We went to Belgium earlier this month when we streamed the War Machine Team Championships, the World Team Championships for War Machine. I think we're off to Denmark with them hopefully next year as well, if they would be so kind. Other than that, have a wonderful evening, everybody. Take care, stay safe. I'm going to go get some sleep and pack up all my crap. I love you all. You are great, and we will see you